was asking, do you feel like Jay-Z should be saying something right now? Not through his lawyers, not through a third party, but that Jay-Z should be speaking, saying something, if anything.
Absolutely, he should be. I mean, why shouldn't he? There's a lot of people that's calling for him and asking questions. Why isn't he coming out and speaking? Why isn't Beyonce? Why aren't they speaking up for the victims even? Why they're not doing anything. They're just being quiet because they're waiting and they're scared. Jay-Z and Beyonce are shook for sure. Once again, I know that they are so scared of an indictment coming down. A superseding indictment with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Because if Beyonce and Jay-Z, right, since Jay-Z likes to watch his wife separately, alone, if Diddy's having a freak off and they're there, we've seen Jay-Z with Diddy at all his parties. If, after everybody leaves and that's when the freak offish happened, why wouldn't Beyonce partake in other things? And, Jay-Z and Diddy, doing their weird, freaky shit, jacking off in the corner, whatever they do.
Yeah,
Diddy's
no,
doing it. Diddy's doing it.
yeah, no. So to add on top of that, we just seen Kanye West get hit with a lawsuit by his ex-assistant for lacing a drink allegedly at a Diddy studio session, and some text messages were revealed in her lawsuit of Kanye West also liking to, do some freaky things. Let's just say. Um,
Right.
yeah. What are your thoughts when like now like these are the heads of hip hop? Um, like is anyone safe? I mean, is everything coming out? Because these allegations again they come off as wild, but again I'll never take away from a victim story, basically. So what are your thoughts when you see like that with Kanye?
Well, this is the old regime, right? A new one's kicking through the door. A new one's emerging because Diddy and Jay-Z and Biggie, those three people, right? Two from Brooklyn and another from Harlem. They were running New York, and New York was like running hip hop, right? They were the East Coast. So Biggie, as we know, has been dead now for what, like 25 years, um, maybe like 27 years, right? And then you have Jay Z and you have Diddy, and they're all like clicked up. So when you knock out Diddy, and then you can knock out Jay Z, it's going to be a completely new industry, and it's been an industry that people like Cameron has wanted since back in the day, and Mace has wanted since back in the day, and cut out all this bullshit that we've been dealing with in the industry. So I think it's just a new time, and I think it's going to be much more positive. I think it's going to be much more uplifting and not so negative with all this with all this garbage that Jay-Z and Diddy have been the ringleaders on.
No, definitely, definitely. And before we get at it, Jonathan, just again, you've been in the industry and you've seen it. I'm just curious, based on the way things, the trajectory of what's happening. Just honestly, what do you feel is next? Are there other players that will get involved? What do you see coming next? Just seeing how this is going right now.
Jay-Z indicted. I
Wow.
mean, there's no way that he can't. Right? Jay-Z's business partners, two of them are in prison. Diddy, R. Kelly, and then you have Weinstein, three. Like, and then Jay-Z's been accused of all these things. Jay-Z's going down, and it's curious. I'm real curious to see what's going to happen with Beyonce in that situation.
Definitely, definitely. With that being said, uh, yeah, no, Jonathan. Again, you speaking your truth. Man, it's powerful things, man. It's powerful things. Is there a message you'd like to get out there to either the media, the victims, to the victimizers? Is there any message that you would like to get out? Just as far as just to close it out?
Yeah, I mean, nobody has disproven Jaguar right. And people feel real threatened by her because she can communicate so well. She can speak better than anybody like I've ever heard. The way her inflections and her cadence and her speech, so she can really bring a point home. And I think that she's been one of the main components that have brought down Diddy. And now she's after Jay, who she's also been after. But I've joined forces. I've joined forces with her, right? I'm a soldier for her cause. Like I believe in it because I know because I've seen the same things. And it's getting worse what I'm seeing. And like the more that I go in and down this path, the more people that are coming to me sharing their stories and sharing their truths. And it's uglier than I thought because I never spoke out about these kind of things because it was just normal. It was just normal for me. It was normal business. It's like, oh, you show up to a workplace, all these people are foul and corrupt, but then you know you clock out on your punch card and you go home and you don't have to deal with it. And then you
Right.
go back in. But it is very traumatic. It is very toxic, and I'm glad to see it finally. I'm glad to see it finally changing. And like I said, I've said this several times. I'd love for academics to really fact check and look into me and all the people that I'm connected to, starting with Drake and then going down to Jay-Z. And then people can see that what I'm saying is 100% the truth. And what Jaguar's saying is 100% the truth.
Jonathan, I have one more question before we gotta get out of here.
Yes, sir.
What have you alleged that Jay Z has done? Like the victims have that Jay Z has done to the victims. What are the victims saying?
The victims are saying that they've been through the same type of things with Diddy, that what they're saying about Diddy, they're saying about Jay-Z. Numerous women. And I've dealt with a few that I've heard from, and I didn't know it was the truth. I didn't know what was, real or what wasn't. But just the people contacting me, telling me that they don't that this one woman that like broke my heart. She contacted me on Instagram and she was talking about her story, and then we FaceTimed, and she was completely broken. Her husband didn't know. She made me swear that I would never tell anybody, but she just wanted to share this with me. She couldn't go to the police. She couldn't go to counseling. She couldn't do anything because she didn't want anybody to know. But she was telling me her experiences with Jay Z, and it was just crushing. It was chilling what she was telling me, right? And there's nothing that she can do because she doesn't want her husband to know. She doesn't want her children to know. She doesn't want her community to know, right?
Right.
So, but she wanted to get it off her chest because it's trauma for her. It's eating at her. So that's the type of stuff that I've been dealing with and listening to.
Okay.